The Star Wars Holiday Special is the greatest Star Wars movie of all time. It's also the greatest Star Wars movie of all time. That's right, it's so good that it checks the same box twice. Now you may be wondering, Wes, what makes you say that? I know what I'm talking about. I've watched the Holiday Special more than the amount of toes I have, which I think is 8. The Holiday Special as a whole does a fantastic job, probably the best job, in capturing the biggest theme in Star Wars, and that is family. From the very start, we are induced into Chewbacca's home. We learn about Wookiee culture and what it's like to be a Wookiee child and living on Kashyyyk. There are no subtitles, there is no English, there is no known language to us humans, but the reason I love this so much is that it does such a great job of just immersing us into Wookiee culture. My favorite part about this whole sequence is the fact that it goes on for about 10 to 20 minutes, and it just gives us time to live and breathe in the world of Kashyyyk and Wookiee culture. Another aspect of this movie that I think is a real strong point is how terrifying the Empire is.
Go clean up your room.
Now, I hate Empire Strikes Back and Revenge of the Sith as much as the next guy, and mostly because I didn't think they did a good job developing these villains, and I think your story is only as good as your villain. I love the inclusion of this random Death Star officer.
I hate fish.
And the stormtroopers who hold their guns from the side because it's cool.
What is that?
I also love the fact that in the midst of all this happening, the Empire breaking into Chewie's house and all that stuff, Mala, Chewie's wife, is busy cooking and providing for the family. Now, while Mala is cooking, she is watching this recipe video or this space food network, if you will, of this woman who is maybe a man, cooking this delicious looking meal.
Stir, whip, stir.
In the midst of all this fast-paced action happening, we cut to Han Solo and Chewbacca, who are stuck in space and being chased by 2 Imperial Star Destroyers. What a terrifying sequence. Han is just such a great friend to Chewbacca that he needs to get him home for Life Day, which is essentially Star Wars Christmas. Yay. And that leads me to my next thing, is because it's Christmas, we are getting to meet all these awesome Star Wars characters again, like Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, C-3PO, and R2-D2. All of our favorite guys, they're back for this. And I think that's just a testament to how great the Holiday Special is as a movie and as a piece of fiction. There's even bits of visual storytelling, like how bright Luke Skywalker's hair is, shows how aligned he is with the light side of the Force.
What's up?
There's other sequences where Princess Leia's eyes are split really far apart, and I feel like that's because of the romantic triangle between Luke and Han Solo. She cannot decide between the two, so she's looking at them both at the same time. Do I choose Luke or do I choose Han? A lot of you guys are just saying that Andor is Lucasfilm's best attempt at making adult Star Wars. Andor sucks. Honestly, I think the Holiday Special does a better job of showing us what an adult version of Star Wars would look like, and especially in this sequence with Itchy, Chewie's dad, watching space porn.
Oh, we are excited, aren't we?
To me, that's going to capture a larger adult audience. I think it's going to resonate with more fans and kind of show us that more mature side of Star Wars that a lot of us are kind of looking for nowadays.
We can have a good time.
Kill me now.
There is also a full concert sequence. It shows us the full band and the full song. John Williams is an okay fit for Star Wars, but I think what really defines Star Wars music as a whole and what a lot of people think of is this sequence from the Holiday Special. They just don't know it yet. I love the fact that this film trusts its audience enough to completely put something in there that is so detached from the story that it really doesn't make any sense, and it doesn't really even play into the grand scale of things, but at the same time, it kind of sums up what Star Wars is as a whole. And if you're like, Mr. Cal Westis, why are you saying that? Just trust me, I know what I'm talking about. Now, you're on the edge of your seat just like I am at this point while watching this movie, but Lumpy actually puts in a in-universe cartoon of Luke, Leia, and Han, and all our heroes, including Darth Vader, and the introduction of Boba Fett. Now, personally, I'm not a big fan of Boba Fett. I think he kind of sucks. He's a little overrated, but I can confirm that the main reason that character is so popular is because he originated in such an amazing piece of art like the holiday special.
Follow me, friend.
Now, Star Wars humor has been a trickier subject for a lot of the people behind making Star Wars movies, but I think this scene right here should be what Star Wars humor is moving forward. I think it's freaking hilarious. I roll over and die of laughter because of how funny it is. Is he a human? Is he a robot? I think that's up for us to decide. It's kind of very Christopher Nolan-esque, if you ask me. Now, from here, we get into one of my all-time favorite parts of this movie. It's a side story in the Mos Eisley Cantina with B. Arthur and a kind of weird-looking guy, but who am I to judge, with a volcano for a head. And he actually pours drinks into his volcano head. And I love that because diversity. Now, you guys have already probably predicted this about me, but Volcano Head is my favorite Star Wars character of all time. He kind of shows off that even creepy people can, have Riz, and I like that because it gives hope to me.
And I found a lot more.
The last and final sequence of this movie that I want to talk about is probably the most impactful. I think it's the most meaningful scene in all of Star Wars, and I will die on that hill. Of course, I'm talking about none other than the Life Day celebration, where Chewbacca and his family get together to celebrate this spiritual Wookiee holiday. They don their red robes and they hold this mystical orb. And quite frankly, there's nothing better than being in your robes with your orbs out. Why am I making this video? Princess Leia then proceeds to sing a song in the Star Wars main theme melody.
A day that takes us through the darkness. A day that leads us into light.
This is art. This is cinema. This is everything that I have lived and soon will die for. I listen to this every night before I go to bed and every morning when I wake up. It is the reason I am alive, and to that I am thankful. To me, the holiday special is the peak form of Star Wars. I do think The Rise of Skywalker kind of comes close. I hope this video did change your perspective on the holiday special as a movie, and maybe you'll go into a conversation about it next time, defending it instead of attacking it. And I will see you in the next video where we're going to be breaking down why Star Wars Resistance is better than Star Wars The Clone Wars in just about every single way. May the Force be with you, always.